Sip that coffee, get your mind right, and vibe with the queen herself. We're dishing out hot topics, wellness tips of the day, and things that make you go, Let's get this palace party started.
All right. Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to the palace. This is definitely one of them things that make you go, I know it made me go, but let me mind my manners and say good morning before we get started. Good morning to Latrice and Linda Gamble. I see you ladies up working. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for pulling up. This is one of those things that hold on. I'm making sure my computer's, I just got to notice. Typically I would wait till Wednesday morning, because this is sort of like one of those conversations that falls in the bucket of a corporate segment. So initially I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and tee up my thumbnail and get my thoughts lined out. And I'm going to bring this to the forefront on Wednesday. And then I thought about it. I was like, girl, you're going to be a day late and a dollar short come Wednesday. Come Wednesday, you're going to be a day late and a dollar short. Go ahead and tackle it on Monday morning. So the women, so we can understand how we move in this week, ladies. Good morning to everybody. Good morning, ladies. How do you feel? Men, Prince of Peace, I see you. Good morning. Men that are here, how do you feel about MSNBC, y'all? MSNBC decided they are going to cancel Joy Reid. She's out. It's a wrap. It's a goner. It's a goner. It's a goner. They're done. After how many years? I think she's been with them almost 5 years, a total, a little bit over 4. She started in 2020. So they decided, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to read in between the lines over here. And why is this conversation important? It's important because you should and you need to be aware of what's on the horizon. Okay. It's almost like a parking meter. I call it the clock of grace. The time is ticking. So wherever you are, wherever you seat, whatever positions you hold, it's going to be important to get the most out of those positions, to get the most out of those corporations and those organizations. And should something like this come about for either one of you or you that's tuned in, you should be good to go, because we talk about this every Wednesday morning on the corporate segment. You should be good to go financially because you already know what time it is under this current administration. Y'all, they are not playing. They are not playing when they say, let's make America great again. And to be honest with you, you know what? It is what it is. Because if the truth be told, you can see what's happening and you can see it coming a mile away. They're holding true on their bluff. They're making good on their word. And let me just ask you, are you surprised? Are you surprised that Joy Reid, and also, let me tell you the other lady, what's her name? The other lady, Alex Wagner. She's out of there too. The women of color, they're out of there. Let's call a spade a spade. The women of color, they are out of there. Good morning to you, Daryl. Good morning, Daryl. I see you. I didn't see you way at the top initially. Crystal Amos says MSNBC has bowed down to the crooked orange man. Listen, I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. And listen, as a reminder, ladies, we're not going to be here long. 30 minutes, if that. We're not going to be here too long. We're not saving nobody this year. We're saving ourselves. We're not saving nobody this year. We are saving ourselves, or we're going to save each other, work with each other in a partnership, right? Working alongside each other, helping each other, bringing opportunities to each other, where there's reciprocity, even exchange, by way of skill set, friendship, collaboration, masterminding, resting your 92%. Because I have a funny feeling and a sneaky suspicion this is just the beginning. Resting your 92%. Now, I am so sorry that this is happening to Joy, but I hope, Joy, you were prepared. I hope this was not a slap in your face. This is what I call the cleanup woman syndrome. The cleanup woman role. What does that mean? I'm going to break it down to you. I've broken it down before, but it's just, listen, pull out your pen and paper and take notes. We're about to have a real conversation, as real as we can get. We're not going to be politically correct. We just going to keep it real. Okay. But let me take a sip of my coffee. Give me 1 second. All right. If we go back a little bit, I just want to give a little bit of historical context. Way back in the day, before Black women became the most educated group demographic here in the United States of America, there was a time we couldn't even get an education, okay, as it relates to just us being people of color. But things have changed, right? And many, many years ago, we would only be able to, as it relates to gainful employment, we would only be able to hold roles where you were working or serving in a domestic role as a cleanup lady. And let me tell you what I mean by cleanup lady. Your job was to make everything right. Your job was to take care of everybody else, their kids, whether you were a maid, a housekeeper, home health, all of that, right? In the position of a cleanup lady, even if you didn't necessarily technically formally clean, just the thought of it all. If you were a housekeeper, if you were a cook, you get where I'm going. Domestic roles. Watch where I'm going with this, the reverse psychology of it all. A lot of you hold domestic roles in corporate America, you just don't know it. They've given fancier titles, bumped up the pay scale. And okay, Queen Sheba, wait a minute, you're losing me. What you mean by that? You've got to be careful that you're not brought in as a cleanup lady. See, when Joy was onboarded and brought into MSNBC, you have to take into consideration what was happening in the world. And I'm going to tell you what was happening in the world. COVID was happening. Okay. Companies were fledgling. Media, think people were losing money, people were at home, so they brought her in at a very, very pivotal time when we were adjusting to a new normal. And if the truth be told, she was able to get in there and make it do what it do, and increase the engagement and the audience and the utilization, right? The viewership and the engagement. And she did such a great job for almost 5 years. What you're seeing happening now, what I believe is, we'll take it from here. We got you to come in. You did a great job of cleaning things up. We no longer need you anymore, and we will take it from here. We've decided to reestablish our baseline and return to more of a conservative approach. Let me pause so that we can just let it sink in. Now, today, we're not being politically correct. We're just keeping it real. That's it. Malik says, I am an avid viewer of NBC, but in the last 2 years, I have seen a demographic shift from within the network. When you speak, you become silent. Stay woke. Melissa Perry, case in point. Angelique said her mother absolutely adores Joy. Now, here's the thing. I hope you saw it coming, Joy. I hope you didn't get too comfortable, because none of us should be getting too comfortable. And listen, watch this, y'all. I'm going to show you something. Be careful of all the people that had something to say about her being canceled. Did I save it? I didn't save it. Hold on. Of all the people that had something to say, guess who has something to say? You'll never guess. Guess who's happy? I'm going to put it on the screen. This one. Amber Rose, y'all. Amber Rose reacts to MSNBC canceling Joy Reid's show, and she called Joy Reid the biggest racist on cable news. She said, yay. She's happy about it. The biggest racist on cable news is out. All right, Amber. Now I see what Jocelyn was talking about. And I'm not saying that because she's a Trump supporter, okay? I'm not saying that because she's a Trump supporter. How dare you? How dare you? What are your thoughts on that? What Amber Rose had to say regarding Joy Reid and labeling her as the biggest racist on cable news. Crystal Amos says the race to save their race is on. Look at the policies and laws being overturned. Amber, you have some nerve. Daryl Long says Amber Rose, the last one. Listen, the last one that should be speaking. That should be speaking. But let me get into it and see if I can pull up what else she said. She seems to be happy regarding Joy losing her job. And like I said, and then went and doubled down on it. Said, laughing my ass off. Bye. America is healing, according to Amber Rose. She said America is now on their way to healing. So not only did MSNBC cancel Joy Reid, they also canceled Alex Wagner's show. Now, they were once considered to be a liberal network. Now they're making major shakeups in programming. They're bringing in new leaders, out with the old, in with the new. Do you understand what's happening? Do you understand what's happening? Now, Amber makes a good point when she says, maga, they're making MSNBC great again. That means what I believe is happening is they're doing a clean sweep of the black and browns. Yeah. Valerie says we are always to go. We are always the ones to go when they need help. We are always the go-tos when they need help. Black women, the savior of everyone, will stop being everybody's savior. Get yourself, if you are fortunate enough to get in, you have to be strategic. It's always best if you leave before being asked to leave. Pay very close attention to the leadership changes, what these leaders stand for. Do your homework. Don't just be another belly button in a seat in these corporations. When you hear about new CEOs and they're shaking up things at the C-suite level, your job is to educate yourself about who's coming in, what's their track record, what are some of the decisions, policies that they've implemented in the past at various organizations, and that will give you some type of ideology of how this will impact you, where you stand, how valuable you are to these corporations. And I'm going to just tell you this, ladies, Black women, women of color, brown women, biracials, yellowtails, darkies, whatever. Right now, none of you are as valuable as you think you are. Right now, there's an agenda. And when there's an agenda, people ain't trying to make nothing make sense. When there's an agenda, people are not leaning into their soft skills. They're not leaning into being fair. They don't give a damn. They don't care. So if you are going to play the game, you get in, you get what you need, you get out. Your thoughts, the process should always be, how can I take this opportunity and make the most of it for myself? How can I maximize the moment for me beyond this point? About how much time do I have here if I hate it, if I don't like it, if I'm deemed as no longer valuable, if they're going to go a different route. Am I that different route? You need to be asking yourself these types of questions. Should my corporation decide under new leadership to go a different route? Am I that girl? And if not, then you know you're the first one to go. And if I am that girl, what would be the expectations? What would they ask me or expect of me based on hearsay? And let me tell you what I mean by hearsay. A lot of times there are no skip level meetings, depending on the state that a corporation is in. A lot of times you don't get to talk to the new person as it relates to your senior directors, your VP. They're going to lean on the person you report to. And the reason I say hearsay, everything that person believes about you as it relates to your performance will be communicated to the higher ups. And that's why I call it hearsay. It's all subjective. They just formalize it the way they want by a piece of paper. But at the end of the day, it's all subjective. So would you make the cut if they decided to go in a different direction based on hearsay, what your upper management would have reported about you? Do you have those relationships? Do you have that longevity? And my question is, if no, why are you still there? I hope Joy saw this coming. I hope Joy does not view this as a loss, but just the beginning. I hope when she wakes up and she does her final show, she does so with dignity, grace, and sophistication. I hope she takes this opportunity, this is my opinion, and makes the most of it for herself and get her own segment started. Like Don Lemon. Don Lemon, right? Like he's done. I love what he's done for himself. He should have done it sooner. He should have done it before he had that many infractions under his belt. Because then he would have been a little bit more credible. So now he has to make up, no, what am I trying to say? Now because of his own doing, he has to make up ground, meaning in the process of him kind of venturing out to do his own thing, he's also cleaning up his reputation along the way. He is, thank you, Valerie. He is on YouTube. He's doing a great job. And not only is he doing a great job, and I'm saying this, ladies, because you can carve out your own path. He's not only is he doing a great job, he's doing it his way. And you can too, Joy. You can do it your way. This is your time to shine. They just gave you exposure. And that's okay. Sometimes we got to listen. We got to crawl before we walk. But I hope she hits the ground running. I really do. I hope she hits the ground running. I saw a segment with Don Lemon on YouTube, and he was actually making breakfast and giving his commentary. And I said, oh man, that is just, I love it. But the crazy part is we only think like that and we venture out like that when our back is up against the wall. I believe this is just the beginning. I hope this is just the beginning for Joy. I hope that she doesn't see that as the end all be all. And also, I hope that she doesn't go scrambling and crawling and knocking at some other network's door to give her an opportunity. Girl, you are the opportunity. Quit playing. Don't let these folks play in your face. You let them know you're going in a different direction should they reach out. I wouldn't take the first thing that comes my way, Joy. I would tell them right now, you're going to take some time off. You're going to rest your 92%. You're going to travel. And while you're doing that, if you listen, God, you just never know who be strolling these YouTube streets, honey, because one time I did a segment and I had somebody's photo on the screen like I did today, and they pulled up all the way from Sweden. Okay. But if you are happen to be listening, you take as much time as you need. But while you're taking time off, you formulate your own plan, how you're going to roll out your own segment. Welcome, Angelique Antonio. Good morning and happy Monday.
Good morning, Queen Sheba. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to the palace. I hope everybody has a great, peaceful, and productive week.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I am shocked. I
Okay.
I do not listen to I no longer listen to the MSNBCs and CNNs. What I tend to do is I tend to listen to news outlets that are outside of America because I feel like they have a more honest perspective on what's going on in this country. And sometimes it's just good to hear other perspectives besides an American perspective. I can't say that I saw this coming. I didn't know that they got a new CEO. Of course, it's a white female. That
Yes. Didn't she replace the black
she,
VP,
she replaced Rashida, but Rashida ain't shit either. She ain't
Rashida
shit either.
Jones?
Yes, Rashida Jones ain't shit either. She's the one that got rid of Tiffany Cross. So Rashida can kick rocks. So the reality of it is that we already know that people wake up with black women on their minds and how they're gonna, be disrespectful. I think that Joy will be fine. I'm excited to see what the new chapter is because I really think that people are veering away from media outlets such as MSNBC and CNN. Fox is not a news outlet. It is opinion based because they lie, and you have a lawsuit to prove that. And I just think it makes me sad because it's like, dag, they always effing with us, but at the same time, as black women, like you said, we have to rest in our 92%. Like, Black women, if you don't know by now, you should know. All we have is each other. So all the cat fighting,
Yes.
the
Say it.
in-house foolishness, the
Yes.
betrayal, my man, my man, my man, the
Yes.
pigrisha, whether consciously or unconsciously.
Come on.
Sweetheart, I'm speaking to you under the sound of my voice. You have to put that shit away because we are dangerous to them. We are dangerous to them. You don't mess with people that are not dangerous to you. You don't mess with people that you feel don't have value. They wake up with us on their mind every single morning. So put away the cattiness. Look
And
at
let's get
you're
come
not your
on.
sister's keeper. You are your sister because this could be you. The majority, like so many of us work in the federal government. They are literally trying to drive people, Black women in the federal government crazy. We have to stand together. We
Let's
have
say
to
this.
stand together,
You
period.
you said something. You said Rashida is gone and she got rid of Tiffany. What was Tiffany's last name?
Tiffany Cross. So here's what happened.
No, hold on.
And
Let me say this
oh,
real
okay.
quick.
Mhm.
Okay. And just follow me on this.
Mhm.
Remember, I said, be careful, Black women, of perceived opportunities that are a promotion and elevation. Because when they brought her in, you remember I say sometimes you're brought in, and I really want y'all to listen closely. This is a segment to educate you on the game that you don't know. These are listen, your girl knows. I'm telling you. Sometimes you're brought in as the cleanup woman.
Absolutely.
You are
And
brought in as the cleanup woman.
yes, ma'am.
Rashida
Yes,
was given
ma'am.
the role of VP or CEO, but her job was to take out another Black woman.
Yes,
And then when
ma'am.
they were done with her, they replaced her. See, they're gonna keep everybody else cute and sweet. It's almost like the game of Big Brother. You know what the game in corporate America is? Don't get any blood on your hands.
Right.
Rashida was a cleanup woman. Joy was a cleanup woman. Now, how they use you to clean and what rooms they assign you to clean, it just depends on your skill set, your personality, how well you articulate, and let's keep it real, your skin tone, your
Yes,
weight,
ma'am.
all of that, your aesthetics, your level of beauty. That determines where you will be sat in most cases, not all corporation, but right now I'm talking about the next 4 years. But let me pause. I want to come back to you, Angelique. Let me
Okay.
get Uniboo and then let me get B Taylor TV. Welcome, Uniboo. Hold on, your earphones. I can't hear you. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. I need to add you to stage. I had you backstage. Welcome.
I
Good morning.
almost got, I
Good
was like, no,
morning.
I
Welcome to the
just got it.
palace.
Good morning. I'm at work, but I'm just gonna make it quick. I feel like to me, I hope she actually see it coming. I hope she doesn't take that as a a step back or negative because I'm just saying from my perspective, when one door closes, another door opens, and sometimes you never know. I'm gonna go to my because I'm a Christian in a way. You never know what the future holds. And just because there's a setback in your life right now, you feel like everything is going left. Just know that the Creator is in control, and what is meant for you will always be for you. And I hope if she's listening, I hope she take that gracefully and continue to be the awesome person that she is, and continue to lead with kindness. And just because one door closed, that doesn't mean you don't have any other opportunity that's gonna come for you in the future. So I always believe that in my heart, in my core, that when something is for you, it's gonna be for you. No matter how many times you step back, how many times, things happen that's not really going your way right now, but what's gonna be in the future might be bigger than what you had in your present. And I really hope she get her ducks in a row. That's all.
Thank you. And well, is it Monday where you are? Are you ahead of us in time?
I am in New York.
Okay, okay. Well, happy Monday and thank you for coming up. I always appreciate when you swing by the palace.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna go back to work now.
Okay, go back
Have
to
a nice
work.
day. All
Thank
right,
you. I want to,
bye.
and B Taylor's up next. So as she gets ready with her audio, y'all give me 1 second. I want to go through a couple of comments really quick. And then the Prince of Peace says, I always watch Joy. Now she can speak freely and make it do what it do. I'm excited for her. Prince of Peace, I have to agree with you, and I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna say it's not even a setback. It's not even a setback. It's just the beginning. Um, yeah, just Haja. I said that. I said you are the opportunity. And I love this comment. Heavy on you are the opportunity. Beatrice, thank you for the super chat. She says Michael Strahan is gone too. I'm so depressed. Don't be depressed, baby. Be encouraged. Shorten. Thank you, Stacy. She says the audience likes for him to do things like that. He originally rented a studio, but the audience didn't like that for him to be in a studio. And we're talking about Don Lemon, how he left mainstream media, y'all, and just got in his house and made it do what it do. And he is thriving and he's doing it his ways. Before I go to B. Taylor, real quick, Joy Reid, if you are listening, let me tell you what to do. You get yourself a handful of women. You build your own platform. Let me tell you how to do it if you're listening. If not, y'all go knock on Joy's door, say Queen Sheba said to do this. All right. You get your channel, you establish your platform, but I want you to have 3 to 5 segments. You need your own main platform, and then you have a platform where you're engaging with other women, right? Under your channel, under the same umbrella, but its own show. And then you bring in some heavy hitters that are not known. I'm not talking about prominent media figures. I'm talking about everyday women that are trying to find their path and their voice out here on YouTube or in the world of just social media, and you give them an opportunity. And that's what you do. And you continue to build and build and build and build. And before you know it, you'll have your own network by way of podcasts, YouTube, or whatever, where you are creating opportunities for other women. And you take that money and you go and you continue to build. All right, B. Taylor, welcome. Happy Monday.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey,
friend.
girl.
I was like, let me add my commentary since I'm in the news business. I am a part of the NBC family, and I'm gonna give y'all like a different perspective of this. I know a lot
Okay.
of people like. I think there's a lot of different monopolies that play into why she's no longer with the network. Like every news station, every news business is going under drastic changes. Like last year, we had a big buyout, so they had a lot of people retire who's been at the company for over 20 plus years because news is not making the same amount of money that it used to. It used to be a multi-billion dollar industry, and now it has tanked. And they've been warning us since about 2 years ago, especially after COVID, that the business is just not what it used to be, and people are no longer tuning in to local news and even national news. So everyone's suffering, especially when you have competitors like Hulu and Netflix and other streaming services who are competing with us to get people's attention. Now we're in a new environment where most people are not sitting down watching cable. You know, they're not sitting down watching news. They're getting most of their information from their cell phones. They're getting their information from TikTok, Twitter, blogs. So there's a lot of competition out there when it used like it wasn't. I think the news is very useful when it comes down to like emergency responses and weather, but anything else, a lot of people kind of get their information from you. Like they'll rather watch Queen Sheba than watch the news, like, you know, talk about Joy Reid. They'll rather tune in and watch you. So that's competition, right? And the news business, like our what do you call them, they basically been going to Congress trying to fight for their rights and over the competition of streaming services. So right now, you said that Joy Reid was hired during 2020, 2019.
Yeah.
Was it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let me tell you about that. Most companies, after the whole George Floyd situation, a lot of companies felt pressure. They did the
Let's
DEI
tell what
type
they
of.
felt pressured to do. I want to make it, and those of you, they felt pressured. And this is not just media segments and media outlets.
Mhm.
Fashion. We're talking all of these major corporations felt somewhat pressured to put some black faces in places and spaces.
Yes.
Let's keep it
So
real.
Yes, that is true overall. I mean, I'm talking about every big corporation started to, they didn't want the backlash. They didn't want they hopped onto the trend. It was trendy in 2020 to be black and proud for everybody. Like, oh, look at me, I'm hiring more black photographers. Adrienne, my friend, she's a photographer, and I remember she was getting booked like back to back to back to back. They were just
So they were using black people like an accessory, y'all, like a navigation system. Have
yeah.
you ever and I'm being salacious, B Taylor, like a purse. Look, I got me a black at the table. Look, I'm a friendly organization, but I think where you're going is after all of that, they're starting to fizzle out with that. Okay, we did
Yeah,
that.
so basically they didn't want to get boycott. So
Mhm.
everyone tried to have a black face. We had more black people in camera time as well, more black TV shows, but then once that fizzled out, right? And the news business is losing a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money. Like it is literally the Titanic. I can't even go into detail how bad it is. Like I work in a top 10 market. You have to work your way up from the bottom to get to a top 10 market. Now they're hiring people straight out of college because it's that bad. They're switching up how we even tell the news. Like they don't want to even do traditional news. I mean, it's like everybody's in emergency mode. And I'm not just talking about local news, that's everywhere in news right now. And a lot of people are not. If you're in the industry, you know. And if you go on LinkedIn and you look up people who are in that industry, there's mass layoffs happening everywhere. And guess where they're starting? They're going for the people who DEI type of hires. And that's not just towards black people, that's women, that's everything. And so right now, Joy Reid, she was the cleanup lady. Let's be honest. She was the
Yeah,
cleanup lady.
absolutely, she was.
She was the black face. They had to replace one black face with another. And now that they feel like they don't need her anymore, they probably look at the ratings. And as much as people love Joy Reid, like how many people in the comments can say they actually sat and watched her on cable news, not on YouTube, not like, did you sit and watch her on cable news or a streaming service? If not, then that actually hinders her ratings because they're not just going off of YouTube, they're going off of where the big advertisers pay. The advertisers are not paying as much anymore because people are not turning on the TV or tuning into the streaming service. So they're losing out on so much money. So if she's not bringing in that much money, just like our job did
Ah,
a big buyout,
okay.
and they're having people kind of leave because if you're getting paid a lot of money, you are actually sucking the company dry. That's why the big changes has to happen. New CEOs, new management, everything has to get shaken up, and people are definitely getting paid less and less and less, especially if you're getting paid as much as she was probably getting paid, especially during 2020. I know she got a good deal because like I said, they needed a black face. So now that they
Let me
don't
ask
need
you
her
this real
anymore.
quick, B. Taylor,
hmm
before we go on, about how much does anybody know approximately how much money Joy made? If you had to guess, what would you say, B. Taylor?
Definitely in the millions, for sure.
Okay.
MSNBC, they pay really well. So yeah, definitely in the
Okay.
millions. Yeah.
And somebody asked the question that I think it was Angelique, and then who's up next? Let me get you ready. Hold on, give me 1 second. The Essed Noir, you're going to be up next. I see you back there. Mind your business, but I got a few priorities, so just hang out, okay? I'm not going to skip you. The Essed Noir is up next, and then we got Fruit Gummy, then we got Mind Your Business. Give me 1 second. So you guys asked about the ratings. This is what it said: the cancellation of the read out follows reports that Joy Reid's viewership has dropped significantly. Listen to this:
hmm
since Trump's election victory. Did you hear that?
hmm
People
Yeah.
stopped watching her since Trump won the election. In December, Nielsen Media Research indicated that MSNBC saw a 53% decline in primetime viewership post election, though it has rebounded somewhat following Trump's inauguration.
Well, that's just news in general, though. We all did
Yeah.
good during
But the fact that
during
they
yeah,
attached that to her show, the readout,
yeah. That
and
wouldn't
the
be fair.
reasons. Mhm. What'd you
That wouldn't
say?
be fair. That wouldn't be fair because all of us did good during the poli-
Right.
uh, um, elections. Like all news outlets, that's where our money is right now. Is elections, but that big dip, that is a concern. And they're like, yeah, we pay you, like somebody said, 5 million, you got to go.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, I'm
Let
sorry.
me go
I
to
was
the
just
estate real quick. I'm not going to ignore y'all. I promise. I'm going to come back. But let me get these. Angelique, hold on. I'm coming back.
okay.
B. Taylor, I'm coming back. The estate noir, welcome.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I just wanted to add to the conversation. I think this is a great opportunity for Joy to pivot, and not just for her, but for everyone that is a creative, be it in the news vehicle, social media, any platform. Right? We have to move past being someone's nuanced activity and turning that nuanced activity into something that is just formidable for us, so that again, when COVID happened and it was the trend and the George Floyd, like you said, they picked us up like an accessory. We can't continue being accessories to the structure. We have to create our own structure and make them buy into us instead of giving us the opportunity. We have to, switch the paradigm and say, do I want to give you the opportunity to sit at my table, because I've created the structure now and I'm no longer, um, asking for a seat. I'm setting the table. Just my thought.
Oh, excellent. I love that. And listen, somebody put I want to, based on what you just said, really quick. I saw, not that one, this one. Lane says, I have a podcast. How can I leverage it? I was just joining when Queen was saying that. Listen, I am rolling out my course again the second week in March. Or you can go to queenshiba.com and sign up for your one-on-one sessions. Okay. On how you leverage your voice on your platform. Okay. If you don't want to wait for the class, you can register for one-on-one courses. Fruit Gummy, welcome.
Good morning, Queen. Good morning, Palace. Good morning, panel. I just wanted to come give my 2 cents that although it might feel discouraging for Joy right now, I think there's a blessing. It's not a rejection, but a redirection for her. I am a strong supporter of Joy. I watch her on TV, also catch her clips on YouTube. And like the other young lady said, I feel like we're going to see a lot more of this. So I hope people don't get discouraged. I think with the time that we're in with this administration, you saw how they attached, oh, well, because this happened, this is what's taking place. And I overall feel like this is going to help create a space and a platform for Black content creators, Black news anchors, and anyone within that sphere to create their own. But I will give a caveat for that. I know there's a lot of energy right now because it's just happened, but I want us to actually be about what we say we're going to be about. There are a lot of predominantly Black spaces and platforms, not just for content, but also to replace some of the other things that we're quote unquote supposed to be boycotting. So I think this is a time for us as a Black community to truly stand behind those, and not just in the times where we have an emotional reaction. That's all.
Oh, very well put. Very well put. Thank you for
Well
laying that
said.
out like that, Fruit Gummy. Um, Give me 1 second. Hold on. Someone said, oh, okay. So for those of you that are tuned in and maybe you have a platform and you're thinking, okay, I want to give you a little bit to the person that says, how do I amplify my voice on my podcast? How do I evolve? First of all, start where you are. Don't do a $3 million build out on a $300 budget. Okay. Start where you are realistically. If you are here as a content creator, if you were here as a person that maybe you're in corporate or maybe you're already, whatever, and you're thinking about amplifying your voice on social media because you have something to say, start where you are intellectually, financially, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Don't try to tap into an area or a subject, that that's not you. So basically, what I'm saying is to thine own self be true. Let's go to the next person, and then I'm going to let the other panelists get back in where they left off. Mind your business. Welcome. You are on mute. Mind your business. And Miss Deborah, you're up next.
Okay. Can
Go
you
ahead.
hear me?
Mind your business.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Good
All
morning.
righty. Thank you for letting me up. I've always been in your bushes. I enjoy you. But real quick, I just want to say this. $15.7 billion. $15.7 billion is how much Target lost between December 24th and January 18th.
Whoa.
We are the power. That's the thing. And they don't want us to know that. I don't think Black women are ready for it. We have the power. We just redirected it. We have to redirect it. We did that. And not only did we do that, we did that for white women because they are the DEI. They sat on their asses and did nothing, and we did it. We got to change this stuff up. And they know we are the power. So much I could say, but I just saying, just look at that. That's how much power we got. 92% of them say we out. They right now here, they out there now wanting to protest, waiting for us. Where we at? Where they at? Because we move the needle. But we have to learn how to move the needle in the way that works for us. We're moving it for other people. That has to stop. They don't move the needle for us. But we got to be they waiting for us. They sitting there waiting for us. We got to show them something different.
Oh.
In 4 years, we can do so much. In 4 years, oh my goodness. We can do so much in a year. We can do so much in 6 months. Look what 92% did. They are right now Target. The shareholders are sick. And they know it. That's just Target. That's just one thing. That's just less than a month. We've done on it in less than a month. Imagine what we can do in 6, in a year, in 4 years. Now people look at Kamala and they say, oh, well, and I'm not a politician. I mean, I'm not into politics and that like that. But I just want to say this. She did her job. And her job was to get 92% of people together, our people together. If she would have won, we would have been back to sleep. Joy would still have a job because they go where the money goes. So
Boom.
sometimes we need shake up. And this is
They go where the money goes.
exactly.
Go ahead.
And who got the money? We have the money. We have so much power, and we don't put it out there. They're begging for us to come and protest because they know we'll move that needle. White women sat down, they didn't say nothing about no DEI. We doing and they the one get the most out of it. Affirmative action. We're at the bottom of these totem poles, people. Ladies, we're at the bottom of the totem pole. But that's okay, because when you're at the bottom of the totem pole, you're in the soil. You're in the soil and you're cooking. And when God comes and he turns that totem pole around, who's going to be at top? This is the 4 years that we need to take and make things happen.
Oh, gotcha.
That's all I have.
That was very powerful. Feel free to go on mute and hang out with us if you'd like. Mind your business, because I'm going to come back around and allow you ladies to speak a little bit more to some of the comments that we have rolling through. Deborah Valentine, good morning. Happy Monday and welcome.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear. You sound good.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm on an earpiece. I wanted to come up because I love Joy. Joy is one of my favorite commentators. I will admit, January 20th, I stopped listening to all political news. I went through my social media pages and deleted every news outlet because I didn't want to hear his name. I was pissed off at the people who voted for him, especially the Black men. I was pissed off at the white women. I was pissed off with everybody. So I didn't even want to. And I said, he is not invited in my home. He's the president, but he is not welcome in my home. So anywhere that I thought his name or face or voice would show up, I was out. That's how pissed off I was. So, but I will watch her show tonight. First thing I thought of, Joy will do what Roland Martin did, I hope. Roland Martin got fired from, I think, CNN. He went on social media. I think she'll have a bigger platform there. I think that, definitely Black women will follow her. So Joy is going to be fine. I'm going to miss her voice on television because I'm slowly starting to listen a little bit now. But I just didn't want to hear anything. And that was the reason I stopped watching. So I just wanted to come up and say that. I'm going to support her, whatever, she chooses to do. She was a great voice and she was unafraid. And if she goes on social media, like it's a YouTube page or whatever, like Roland did, she can say whatever she wants and she won't be under any restraints. So that's what I wanted to say. Now, hang in there, Black women. We're going to be all right. That's it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Deborah. We
Uh-huh.
appreciate you for coming up and happy Monday.
Same to you. Thanks.
Listen, y'all did that according to Mind Your Business. $15.4 million in the span of a month. Y'all, we got to start making things shake more. How come more of us are not working together? How come more of us are not formulating groups behind the scenes? Listen, I'm a teach, but I can't give it to you for free. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. Once you get somebody in front of you that's an expert by way of experience, they cannot give you something for free to help you make money. It just don't even make sense. And I think that's where we fall short, because the expectation is to hand it over to me so I can go make money. Thank you for your time. That is not how that works when it comes to intellect, when it comes to expertise. You got to be willing, if it's valuable enough to you, to pay for it. Okay. And if not, then you got to find a group that's meeting and doing it for free. That's all I'm saying. Because we can't work for free now, because ain't nobody else out there working for free. You got to pay to play. Thank you, Dr. Hicks. You got to be willing to pay to play, because you gonna make money. Now, why would you want your sister or your brother to come and give you something that they've been doing for years? Something that they can do and offer you to completely turn your whole world around, and you want it for free. No, that's not what we're doing in 2025. Okay. We're coming to the table. We're coming prepared. We're coming ready. And it's called reciprocity. Now, let me give Belinda, you just pulled up. Let me give you an opportunity before I go back to my other panelists. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Queen and Palace. I just want to say this to you. I want to give a shout out to you. I thank God for you, and I'm telling you, and I keep saying this in my chat. I mean, in the chat when you come up, God got something for you, because you are always. I'm not saying there are other YouTubers out there and they're doing their thing, but it's something about you that stand out to me, Queen. And I'm not just saying that, it keeps dropping in my spirit. God got something for you. I know you here on YouTube, but it's something better, because you love your people and you've been saying it from day one, and you keep giving us information for free. And God there's something for you, because you stand up for Black people, period. A lot of us, I mean, it's a lot of people who has money and out there wealth. You don't hear from them. You let little people like me, who just here, retired, get up and speak and tell our story and give our opinion back to out, and it's out there. I just want to say that to you. I'm like, Joy, she's going to be fine, but God got something for you, because you keep coming up, talking about it, getting it out there, letting everybody know what we got to do. You do it on Wednesday, you do it on Saturday, and that's what, oh, you trust me. You on YouTube now, but God got something bigger, and I'm claiming it, and I'm believing that. And I know I'm not. I don't know you. You don't know me no more from there. I'm just speaking what God has keep dropping in my spirit, and that's all I want to say. You keep doing what you're doing. God got something big and great for Queen Sheba. Thank you.
Oh, let me rest in that. Let me receive that. Thank you. And I'm not saying that from a place of arrogance, a place of ego, but I really thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome, because you deserve it. You deserve it. And I mean it. I keep saying that to you. And I know if you don't see me, because up here I'm under Belinda, and I don't know how to do it, but in the chat I'm under B 1963. And I keep putting it out there, because God, it's in my spirit, Queen, because you real. A lot of people doing it. You give out information. You tell us about how Black, like yesterday, the other day when you did that, you had that guy up there Saturday. That's
Black
something
men.
for us.
Mhm.
Yes, that's something for us to know. Black women, Black people. You give everybody a chance to do it. And I know we've covered a lot of things, love and marriage, but you're bigger than all of that. And I'm not putting that down. God, because you know what? It's something God got for you. And you just watch. You're going to be up there. You're telling them, like you just dropped it in there for Joy Reid, about how she can build up her platform. I don't care if you got billions and billions of dollars. Sometimes people don't have the knowledge to know what to do. You can have the money and not know where to go. And that's
Yeah,
where you come in at. And that's I'm gonna let someone else talk.
I
Thank you
received
so
that.
much.
I received that. Thank you. And let me just say, not only do I receive that, I needed that word of encouragement.
Okay.
I
It's
needed
there.
that. Thank
I
you
had
for
typed something in a chat and I did, but I was like, I
okay,
just got to come up and let her know this. And I'm gonna let someone else talk. Love you.
okay,
Thank
feel
you.
free to hang out and go on mute if you'd like. If you like, yeah, you can hang out and go on mute, and then I'll do a round table. Ladies, I want you to all take a deep breath that are here before I call on you, and just absorb how I listen. You are the opportunity. I know that sounds arrogant. You ain't nobody giving you an opportunity. You are giving them an opportunity to work with you. You're giving them an opportunity for you to come in and turn that organization inside out. And if and when you do nothing less than 100% because it ain't even about who you work for. You work for yourself. Even if you work under the guise of corporate America, your professional brand, that's on you. And you take that with you when you leave. So with that being said, what comes to mind to you ladies as it relates to just all of these changes? I'm going to say this. I hope you aren't afraid. Angelique, what are your thoughts?
Hey, Queen Sheba. I'm excited. Listen, I honestly feel like this is a pivotal point for Black women in particular. I'm not concerned with, you know, the I'm not concerned with what I see. I'm concerned with what I know and what I know how to do. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm excited to see where this takes Joy, because we have to have. And shout out to the sister that broke it down, who works for NBC, because it really is about money. Like all these black and brown faces that you saw on MSNBC, it was a knee jerk reaction to Black Lives Matter in 2020. So now that they feel like, okay, we're no longer beholden to that because we really didn't mean it anyway. It was just a knee jerk reaction. They're making a pivot. Like a lot of news medias are doing really bad because people really just don't watch the news as they used to. A lot of news medias have to take it behind a paywall because they're just not making that money. The advertising is not there like it used to be, and of course, it doesn't appear like her ratings are any worse than anyone else's ratings on that network. But of course, we're going to be looked at differently, and that's fine. This is an opportunity for her to create whatever it is that she wants to create
I agree.
for herself. So, and then also to the sister that gave the facts of us not spending money in Target and how it's affected them. Do the same thing with Sam's Club. Like money is energy. Like I always looked at money as energy, and I'm careful about who I give my energy to now. Who am I giving my energy to? So if you want to give your money to your energy to somebody that doesn't respect you because it's like, oh, it's convenient, it's down the block, that's fine. I understand. Sometimes
But
it's
we
like,
got
you
to
know what?
crawl, right? Before
Right,
we walk. I think we're doing a good job with Target.
right. And that is a good thing, and we just want to keep the momentum, and
Yep.
you just want to you want to do business with people that just don't outright disrespect you, you
Yeah.
know for
I got
me anyway. So I'm excited to see what she's doing and what she will do. I'm very excited.
Thank you, Angelique.
Actually, for those of you who don't know, I think tonight is her last show.
Okay.
So maybe if you want to support her and watch her last show on MSNBC and then tune out. And then also this happened to Roland Martin. He got fired
Oh, we
from.
ain't worried about him right now. We worried about
No,
her.
no. I was just saying this. I'm just saying quickly. This we've seen this blueprint before with somebody else that was black, and then they created their own thing. That's all I was gonna say.
I got
I'm
you.
I'm gonna
I
go
got
on mute.
you. So if y'all want to pull up tonight, and or pull up on Joy's page over there. Listen, drop some crowns and let her know y'all are from the palace and y'all got her in prayer, in spirit. And if you can, like Angelique said, feel free to tune in tonight, even if it's just for 5 minutes to help her ratings, help her go out with the bang. Let me go to the Estet Noir because I know you probably are short on time. The Estet.
Thank you, Queen. I appreciate that. I just want to say that right now I feel like we're in a modern day Renaissance era. And while we're pulling together all our creativity and all of our education and our intellect, our upward mobility in mind, body, and soul, it's important to reflect back on the past to see the lessons and garner those lessons from the past so that as we propel forward, we don't make those missteps anymore. And the new structure, the new paradigm that's being created out of this new renaissance um, will pretty much abate anyone saying, oh, I'm going to give you the opportunity. Like you said, we are the opportunity, and we have now the leverage and the flow and the motion to be extremely discriminate about how we lend our opportunities to other people and other organizations. So thank you, Queen.
I agree. And I love what you said. Y'all, I cut off a working relationship with the corporation and I didn't give no notice. I woke up one day, I was like, I don't feel like dealing with them. And I haven't responded to an email in months. And my email is full of inquiries. And I said, oh, that's how that feels. Because now
Yeah.
that I think about it, you didn't value me. And I'm not talking about mainstream. This was another opportunity I had. And I was like, I don't know. I'm not gonna help you out. And I didn't say it, but I said it. You were about to say something. Go ahead, the estate.
So, in layman's terms, that's called turning your plate over. You know, when you go out to eat and you're done, you put your napkin over the
Yep.
plate that you're done. And yeah, you're turning the plate over, and it's like I don't have to make a loud scene or create any type of commotion to just say thanks, but no thanks. And again, I feel like we are very poised right now to have our plate turned over and just say, pause, rest, reset, and be very discriminate about the next move.
I agree. I think let me go real quick to Fruit Gummy.
Hey, I just feel like with all of that, when you said, like, I hope y'all aren't afraid, really lean into that. I know personally, this has actually helped me lean even closer into my faith. I feel like right before God does something big, he has to break and like you said, take the things that keep you comfortable. And I'm of a belief that every 50 years, there's a shakeup that happens. And I feel like this is our time. We are living through actual history of a shakeup. So I'm resting not only in my 92%, but I'm resting in my faith, okay? And I'm not going to worship the problem by being fearful. I know that something big is happening. It might feel a little challenging. It might, feel a little tiring, but ultimately, I know on the end of that, we are going to be so much stronger, not only Joy, but us as a Black community in general.
I'm gonna ride with you on that, Fruit Gummy. I think that's an excellent call out. Y'all, I think this is bound to bring out the best in most of us. Because it's gonna force you. It's gonna force you to lean in for yourself in ways you probably haven't done before. Some of us have gotten way too comfortable depending on other people. And let me go to mind your business. What are your final thoughts?
Okay, my final thoughts is we come from deep. We are defensive players. We got the defense on lock. They do anything to us, our backs against the wall. We got that. I think we need to hone in on our offense. We have to join together, build together, hit them while they can't see us. And I think that's all we need to do. We need to start working on that offense because we got defense on point. If that makes sense.
It does. I love it. Did you hear what she said, everybody? In the chat, and also though she said we're excellent defensive players, but we don't really take the shot first. We respond to somebody else taking the shot, but we're not normally the ones that are making the big power moves. And it's time we start studying the board and make some moves.
Bingo.
Belinda,
Yes, Queen. I'm gonna just be real brief. Yesterday, when my pastor's sermon was unity in the community, and he said to us, "I just want to talk to my people." He said, "I want to talk to my people today," and he just went on and he came out of and when everyone get a chance, they can go and read it. Psalms 133. Unity in the community. So it starts with us. We got to help each other. Like I just said, how you've been doing. We as Black people have to get out and help each other and stop being so jealous and worry about what the next person is going to get. That's what God wants for us. He wants us to be in unity. That's what they did back during slavery, even during Dr. King's time. And he talked about that. It was a beautiful sermon. He talked about Black Wall Street. It's important that we know all of this. And he said, and it's true, unity is powerful, Black people. And that's all I want to say. Love you, Queen. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I feel like, wow, this is a necessary conversation. I hope it was one that got you thinking, that got you excited on a Monday morning. Like I said, typically we will host these types of conversations on Wednesdays, but you know what? I'm very intuitive when it comes to stuff like, should I do it? Nah, you got to do it now. Take the shot now. This is in real time today. And just now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, man, had I waited, you're right. You would have been a day late and a dollar short. She'd have already had her last and final segment. It would have been after the fact. So thank you all for pulling up today. Give me 1 second. I have a couple of super chats that came in. I'm excited. I'm excited about what we can do and how we can do it. And Kia, the diva, I got it right. She says, I love that. See, I got it right, Kia. Give me 1 second, y'all. Real quick. Give me.
All right, Palace, the Super Chat Squad is in the building. We appreciate you, baby. The Super Chats are fire. Get in your bag.
That's a lot of money.
Yes, it is. Thank you. Thank you for pulling up and showing your love and your token of appreciation to the palace. Miss T coming through with a 5-piece says, look, I knew when Joy changed her look, baby. She was preparing for this shift. She looks great. She looks absolutely stunning. I'm excited for her. I agree, Miss T. Aquarius 1982 coming through with a 5-piece says, sewing in the word the caller just spoke. Oh, she was talking about Belinda. Okay, you sewing in the word. Thank you. Thank you. I received that. I received that. Janice Walker. Hey, Janice. Coming through with a 20-piece and a pepper says, pulling out a t-shirt from the 80s. To whom you give your money to is whom you give your powers to. That's a word in and of itself. That's a word in and of itself. Ramel coming through with a 5-piece says, thank you, Queen. Thank you. Thank you for your donation to the palace. We appreciate you. Valerie R., because y'all were asking what time does the show come on tonight. I believe it's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which would be 6 p.m. if you're on Central Standard Time. So know your time zone. Know your time zone. Let's see. Somebody else. Hold on. It was another one. I answered that. Okay, I think I got everybody. Ladybug, I see you trying to get in right before we end. I want to give you a couple of seconds. You have the floor. You got to mute any background noise. All right, so when y'all come up, I pull you up pretty quick. You got to be ready to go. You got to have your everything muted in the background and just be ready to go. Let me try one more time. Ladybug, I wanted to give you a couple of seconds.
Okay, how you doing?
Hey, happy Monday. Welcome to the palace.
Thank you for your platform. Thank you for your beauty, and thank you for your courage. I was at another one of my favorite content creators page, and she mentioned about another content creator out there that just thinks she's too good. Better. I kind of had mine.
Ooh, she dropped down. Can somebody tell me what she was? She said she was mentioned a content creator mentioned something. Did anybody catch that on a panel?
No, it was too distorted for me to hear.
Yeah,
Yeah, I couldn't understand
yeah,
either.
yeah. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Traveling G Ma. She said she went to Joy's page and she dropped crown. She dropped a crown in comments in her chat. Thank you. Let her know. Shoot, so, you know what? Sometimes people don't know. Hey, there's a different crowd that sees you. There's a different group of women that are supporting you, that's clapping and rooting for you to win. So, Ladybug, I'm gonna give you one more. I'm gonna see if we can come back, bring you back, and see if your audio won't be distorted. Let's try one more time.
Okay, I'm back. I'm so sorry. I got a bad connection. But anywho, I just want to let everybody know it's just time for us to know our worth and understand that, we are innovators. We are, I guess what I'm trying to say is not all Black folks are our kin folks. So that's a number one. And when you're talking about the political process, our power is not effective because we're so divided. It's time for us to come together and bring what we desire to as a unit, not the 92% here, because even as far as Kamala is concerned, I don't really feel like she's for us either. So I'm just saying, it's just we have to be collectively united to move the Richter. If we are not collectively united and we're divided here and there based on all these factions, religion, this, that, and the other, we're not seeing the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is none of these parties would be for us, because if they had, would be our children would not be slaved in the street. We would still be at the bottom trying to ask for certain things. We would unite and demand them, take them, and make them for ourselves. And that's all I wanted to say. One more thing, I was at another content creator page. She's a very good melanated content creator, and somebody said that one of her participants said that one of the content creators out here thinks she's too good for other individuals, think she's better. And I was kind of felt like she had you in mind, because you know your worth. And that's another thing. We have to understand that when an individual know their worth, we don't have to dumb ourselves down. So we don't have to put each other down. We just have to understand that this individual might know her worth. It's not that she thinks she's better. We just have to know our worth. So that's all I had to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for contributing to the conversation about us working together. I appreciate you pulling up, and happy Monday.
Bye.
So I'm gonna put Ladybug on mute. Let me ask y'all something on the panel. Thank you. You see what I'm saying, Belinda? That's why I say thank you for the reminder, the excellent reminder.
Absolutely.
Because listen, I know what I'm up against as it relates to the world. And we're called to be in it, y'all, and not of it. And you cannot, those of you in the chat, you cannot put down your skill set because somebody else is uncomfortable. When we look at the Olympics, it's the best of the best of the best. Okay. You can't go to the Olympics and compete as an athlete because you want to go. You must qualify. You must qualify. And the only way to qualify is you're running against the clock. That's it. That's all. There's heats, there's lanes. There's heat assignments, there are lane assignments. The top 3 from their heat go on to qualify for the final rounds. Okay. If you are fast, like Sha'Carri Richardson, would you stop running because those behind you are lacking or they're not as fast? I'm not going to even say lacking. They can't run as fast as you. Would you slow down so they don't think you're too good? Or would you run your race? Angelique. The step.
Yes, ma'am. Oh,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Angelique.
Oh, no. In response to what you just said, no, you have to run on and see what the end will be. I just put in the chat, study to show thyself approved.
Mm.
You have to study, you have to put in your 10,000 hours, you have to become an expert at what it is that you're pursuing, and then you have to run on and see what the end will be. You have to run on to show yourself approved. I can't slow myself down or
There you
slow
go.
my purpose down waiting on you. Whoever even said you was a part of the purpose anyway. I
Thank
have to
you.
run on and see what the end will be. I can't slow myself down. That's why a lot of us are in the situations that we are. We slowed ourselves down for a man. We slowed ourselves down because we had children when we, should have been studying. We slowed ourselves down because we stayed stagnant at a job because it was comfortable. We slowed ourselves down because, we could have took that money and put it on a down payment on a house, but we allowed, our haters to say, "Oh, girl, you ain't married. What you buying a house for? Suppose you get married, and then what are you gonna do?" No, you have to run on and see what the end will be, and let people catch up with you.
You run your race. Because one thing about those lanes, they're very, very, you don't get a lot of room. You get disqualified when you step out of your lane. Stay in your lane, y'all. Because I'm in mine. I'm doing what I am doing on my platform. I'm not watching nobody else. My job is to come here and give everything I got to the people that pull up and need it. The rest of that stuff is not important. The
Mm.
92%, thank you. The 92% that's going to work together, we going to work together. It ain't got nothing to do with what nobody else is doing, how they feel about themselves. My thing is go, spread your wings and fly. If I can help 1,000, I'll help 1,000. Sometimes I'm gonna have to charge you to help you. Other times I pull up, I give it to you for free. So we've got to be able to not be distracted by the distractions. You know what I'm saying? Belinda, what are your thoughts about running your own race? And would you slow down to make somebody else feel comfortable?
Absolutely not, because as you guys was talking, I was thinking about when you're on an airplane. The first thing they tell you, you pull down your mask, but you can't help the other person unless you get yours on first. So it starts with that. You got to get out there and do what it is you need to do for you. And as far as you, Queen Sheba, with this YouTube channel and all this stuff that's why it's very few content creators that I listen to. And I'm gonna tell you, and I started really, you was one of the first one that I started listening to when I started coming on YouTube. One of the reason is, and I'm where we fail at, I think, is because we do what we feel that the audience want to hear. That might be fine and dandy, but you got to give them what they need, what God give you that they need to help them, to help themselves. And a lot of those content creators, they do. You can be blind about when they put out there, when they go out there and put their head in out there, and it draws you. And then when you get in there, I've been there and I've listened to a few, and I was like, oh no, 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 because they start cursing. Everything that come out their mouth is a bad word. That's, you know what? If that's what you need to do, I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. And what you do over here on the Palace, you give us something to think about, something for you to think about that's going to help you. And that's where we got to get to. Stop all, and we know, like I said earlier, we cover love and marriage, Huntsville, and all that stuff. That's over and that's done. At the end of the day, what are you doing for you to help somebody? Because that's what God put us here for. We have to help each other. Until we stop trying to pull each other down, we're not going to get there. But that's why you are moving, Queen. That's why you're moving. That's
I
all I
respect.
got. That's why you are moving, because you come out here and you speak to your people, to your Black women, to your Black males. You give everybody an opportunity, whether they agree with you or not. And that's what it's about. And that's why I keep saying it. You watch, they gonna see, they gonna look back, and they gonna realize, oh, I should have been doing it and listening to Queen. God got something for you. And I'm
I,
gonna leave it. Have a blessed Monday.
thank you. I believe, let me say this to everybody that's tuned in. We can all learn something from everybody. I don't want an echo chamber. I like women that create and carve their own paths. I have a level of admiration for them. I'm not afraid of collaborating with no woman. The smarter they are, the sharper they are, the wilder they are. I'm like, I'm going. And not because I'm trying to sun somebody, but I understand. I've been on teams all my life. YouTube is the first game that I've played solo by way of having my own platform. I've been on sports teams all my life. All I know is sisterhood and unity. And we playing together to win together as a team. So a lot of this negativity is so new to me, especially at our big age. Because the goal is to win together. But the instead, what are your thoughts about running your own race?
When running your own race, in my opinion, I'm running my race because I'm executing my vision. It's my vision. It's not for anyone else. It's my purpose being ran out to be fulfilled for me and my divine being. Now, those who can't see that because it's not their vision, it's mine. So if they spend a little more time focusing on them and, literally focusing on what they're supposed to do, their vision will align with them, and then they won't have any comments or complaints or concerns about my vision because they'll be focused on their vision. So just keep running, set your pace, keep your stride, take the break when you need to take the break, but keep moving in your vision, keep running the race.
I love that. Each of these ladies brought something powerful about running your race and staying in your lane and keeping the vision. And the vision, y'all, is the finish line. And every now and then you got to hand the baton. I saw something. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Y'all pardon me real quick. I'm just trying to see if I can find it. Great leaders are not the best at everything. They find people who are the best at different things and they get them all together on the same team. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. It's called how to I read a lot of books by Napoleon Hill. A lot of books I've read over my life. And one thing that he keeps honing in, you have to have a team, but everybody has to be their own independent thinkers. The hardest thing to do with independent thinkers is to bring them together because they have their own way of thinking. But if you can manage to do it, you'll create a table full of millionaires. You'll create a table full of millionaires if they are willing to work together. The part we don't do well, I'm sorry, as a race, we suck at working well together. We suck at working well together. So a lot of times you see Black people shift after trying to work with other Black people. You say, why they over there with them white folks? Because you wouldn't work with them. They tried. If the truth be told, if you really get a lot of them in the room, oh, I tried. But that we were fighting, we were arguing, we were this, we were that. So I'm just saying, keep your eyes on the prize. The goal is the goal. And if you can get together and accomplish and achieve that with other like-minded individuals, that is a blessing in and of itself. But at the same time, like the other lady said, we're too powerful to be fighting over petty things. Carve out your lane and see who you can add to the team so that you all win together. That's all I got. Ladies, is that a good place to end on?
Absolutely.
Amen. Yes.
That's a brilliant place to end on.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope I hyped y'all up. B. Taylor say Lester Holt. Lester Holt just stepped down from what? From MSNBC? Who is, let me,
No, Lester Holt is on NBC.
oh, NBC.
Yeah.
He a brother, right?
Yes, he is.
Yes, very
Yeah.
prominent.
This conversation is so timely. Listen, and a lot of times, y'all, they give you an opportunity to step down before you are terminated. They give you the honor of stepping down. They give you the honor of retiring. Okay, that's how that game works. So a lot of times these people are not voluntarily stepping down. They're being instructed. This is what's going to happen. And if not, that's a different conversation. So that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying you should always be prepared to take your marbles and go play elsewhere and create and carve out your own lane. If you're talented enough, skilled enough, smart enough to do so. And sometimes you can carve out your own lane because a lot of you may not be the voice of your platform. or your business or the face of it, but you're the brains behind it. So it doesn't always have to be you to score the touchdown. But winning is winning.
That's right. Save some of those marbles in reserve for your reserve team to come in.
Yeah. Well, thank you, everybody. Gemini, thank you for your blessing. You just blessed the palace with a 10-piece and a pepper. We appreciate you. Miss Blackberry says, we love you, Queen Sheba, for real, and I love y'all. Couldn't do it without you. So let's not even pretend. Couldn't do it without you. And I remind you of that each and every day. It keeps me humble. It keeps me in my place. And it keeps me focused on y'all. So let's do this thing together. I hope it was a hell of a conversation. Happy Monday to you, y'all. Now go and be great. Unapologetically. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Queen.
Queen. Have a
Thank
great
you,
day.
Queen. Everybody have a great day.
Yep. Thank you, ladies. Have a good
Bye-bye.
day.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.